I've been a member here for member of the community for over 30 years, and I get out quite a bit and I hear a lot. And most people, they're really upset with the water rates. No pun intended, but they feel like they're getting close. So what I have here is I have a petition for set water rates. I have 10 signatures. If you would like me to read it, I will read it. All right. So it's to the Rosamond Community Service District Board of Directors. Pursuant to California Constitution and California election laws, we, the undersigned, registered and qualified electors of the Rosamond Community Service District of Rosamond, California, respectfully state that we seek to require the Rosamond Community Service District to obtain voter approval for all district water service, street lights, and other rates for the operation of Rosamond Community Service District. The initial proposed rates are a $50 rate for each residence and each apartment complex. The current commercial industrial rate shall be frozen for 3 years and based on utilization. All future rate increases for any and all service provided by the Rosamond Community Service District shall be approved by registered and qualified voters within the Rosamond Community Service District. For all repair, system upgrades, and new construction of the Rosamond Community Service District shall request voter approval for bonds to accomplish this work. All bonds shall be paid through either a property tax or through a rate increase as approved by the voters within the district. The Rosamond Community Service District shall present all requests for rate increase and bond justification approval at least 3 months before setting an election date. We demand an election to set all future rates under the authority of the Rosamond Community Service District. The following notice of intention to set rates was served on February 27, 2013, the Rosamond Community Service District Board of Directors.
Can I get your name again?
Joe Norris.
Joe Norris?
Norris, N-O-R-I-S. Sorry, I introduced But we watch the rates go up 300%, and to protect ourselves in the future, we just feel this is necessary. You know, this used to be one of the places you'd want to live because the water rates, you know, they were decent, but it seems like we're paying more. I work at a lot of people out of town, so our rates are definitely higher than theirs. Boron, Lancaster, Palmdale. So, you want this?
Mr. President?
Yes.
If I may comment.
Yes.
I would just like to offer, because this is a sensitive issue,
Understand.
I'd like to offer Joe and whomever he would like to bring to sit down. I think, number one, getting a perspective of what we go through and how that's established might help, maybe not, but it might help, and give you an idea of what we go through in order to achieve that.
Now, I understand that, you know, water's a precious commodity. I understand it. But the way we look at it is this: gas prices, food, electricity, propane, you know, natural gas, everything's going up. We're getting hit on all sides. You have people on fixed income in this community, you know, and water's the last thing, you know.
But one of the things that we find when folks look at their water bill and compare us to Quartz Hill, Palmdale, Lancaster, we have our sewer on that same bill.
And you have a tier system too, and that's.
And they have their sewer system or their sewer payments on their property tax.
Yes, they do.
So it doesn't show. They also have, for instance, Quartz Hill has a water rationing or a water rationing rate, tiered rate system also. And it goes up exponentially higher and faster than our rate does. But I think if we sit down and look at that, we can compare, and I at least can explain.
Mr. Perez, I just walk through the neighborhoods now and I watch people there taking out their trees, their shrubbery, their lawns. You know, I mean, my bill's $54 before I even turn the spigot on. You know, so
Your bill is $19 before you turn the spigot.
well, with the sewer and everything, it's 54.
With everything.
Yes. So we just would like some protection in the future. We want some oversight, transparency. We would like to save in the rate increase. And, I mean, with the oversight and transparency, okay, we will be privy to everything that you're trying to do, and who knows, you might agree to it. Because I know 10 years from now, it's gonna be tough with Lancaster, Palmdale, and the water rights and everything.
Hey Joe, first of all, I appreciate you coming here because just like you, I pay rates the same rates you pay. One of the things I found out before I became a board member when they did a rate study, I think a handful of people, probably less than 10 people you have on that piece of paper there showed up. And people who showed up, and every time, and just like all the other board members, I get hit up at the post office, I get hit up at the grocery store, people ask about it. And I think two things that were accomplished by Steve asking me over, sit down and hear the dynamics, and they may or may not make it better, but here's the thing I have learned, is that the rates we pay, I don't use the word competitive, but they're good compared to what I end up seeing. But I would also ask you and everybody else, not just you, the people here, on quality water, quality service, because what we're confronted with, we're a small agency.
Yes,
But
I
we
know
have to make-
5,000.
Yeah, but we, 5,000 hookup, but we have to open up around, make repairs, whatever. We're paying a competitive rate, whatever it may be. And I don't know the magic number, but I'll share this number with you. I know a gentleman with the DWP for city. They are behind on the project. They're gonna get fined over $1 million a day for not being in compliance. And that's a big city down there.
Yes, yes.
Something like that would devastate us. And I'm not trying to say, compare, their problem to ours, but the point I'm trying to make is that when we look at numbers, every number we look at, I pay that same number that you're paying.
I understand what
When
you're saying.
people are tearing lawns out or whatever, we had a water conservation program. I helped put the classes on. We had 4 or 5 people attend, so it's gonna have to be a joint effort on both sides.
I understand that.
Whatever,
I'm willing.
let me finish the full thought.
Okay.
Whatever it may be, but what I do welcome, I welcome the fact that, folks, the only way progress gets made is when either you get tired of something or you get educated about something. Hopefully, this can be more of an education side, so they're just not mad, because that's part one. Part number two, when the studies came up, the studies come out, did you read the rate study when it came out?
No, I didn't.
Okay,
I
I'm just
have
saying-
recently.
I'm just saying, a lot of us didn't. You know why we didn't? We sometimes think they're gonna take care of it for us. And then as the numbers start creeping up, they don't become comfortable.
Okay, I was okay with the first 2 rate increases, but the last one, that was a kicker. That was really a kicker. I mean, and that's what everyone, pretty much the first 2 rate increases, they were perfectly fine with that. Because we understand, we knew that, the aquifer, the battle between the water rights with Lancaster and Palmdale and everything. But the last one, I know a lot of senior people, and that right there just.
We've approached that too, and you know what, I even brought that up about it, but what I would encourage you to do, you or some of the people meet with Steve, and so we can understand the dynamics, because ultimately, all of us here want to make things better for everyone, not just a group of us, it's all of us.
But I mean, if you guys would roll back the rates to where they were what was it, September they increased, or October? October. I mean, you could live with that. It was just, look at gas is, I was just back east in December 26th. I'm paying $2.98 for a gallon of gas back there. I come back here and I'm paying $3.70. And now water and, electricity, my electric bill is, $200 a month. I'm using the same electricity this year I did last year.
What does that represent in an increase for you, percentage-wise?
Oh,
How much a percentage increase is that for you?
I would have to sit down and do the math. You mean as far as my bill last year compared to this year? It's probably a good 35 to 40%.
The usage might be different, but a lot of utilities are raising their rates
Exactly.
tremendously.
I know.
Electric, Edison had requested a 16% increase. They'll probably get a 4 to 8%.
I just seen Palmdale, Lancaster got 4.4% water.
But what it does is it will be a gradual increase over time. So one year it's going to be 6%, then it's going to be kicked again. But the cost of doing business is going up. And those are
I'm an
the types-
electrician by trade, so I know.
Why?
Yeah. So and I know how they play the game too. I mean, really, there is no electricity shortage. that's another topic for another time, but I'd be more than willing to sit down. I don't know if that's gonna solve, because like I said, there are people, the last rate was just a kicker. You know, that really, thank you.
Give me a call.
All right, thanks, Steve. Okay, what we're looking to do with this petition, we circulated through the area, we got 10 signatures. What we're looking to is to set the rates at $50 per household, and that doesn't include the lighting or the sewage, just the water. And also apartments, to fix the commercial rates at for 3 years, and also to put the power in the people's hands that if there are going to be any future rate increases or large expenditures for capital projects like you know, the ponds, the sewer ponds, or for buying equipment or new projects, that it'll come to a vote that those who are in the Rosamond Service District and are registered voters will actually have a say on the things that are going to affect them. So what we're looking at is basically, if we don't hear from them in 10 days, is to contact the current Board of Elections and see how many registered voters we need to sign a petition to have it put on a ballot where we can have oversight, transparency, and accountability from the board. They are elected members, and we just feel that's the right thing to do. So,
All right. Thank you for your time, Mr. Norris.
yeah.
We had a gentleman tonight that handed us 10 signatures on a petition, and they were done pretty good. It was an official petition, and they're concerned about the water rates. Not concerned, they're upset about the water rates, I should say. He was very professional in his approach to the board, but they're concerned. Their concerns are the latest rate increase and what it means to everybody in the community, particularly those that are on fixed incomes. And what I encouraged him to do is to bring a group, his group if he'd like, and come sit with me for a little bit and let me explain how it's done. It may give a level of understanding. It may not give a level of agreement, but give a level of understanding. At least they'll know we in the community are paying the same thing, number one. Two, we have the best interest of the overall provision of water and sewer services to everybody in the community. Regulation, how it impacts us, what's coming down the pike with adjudication and how that's going to impact us. How are we going to prepare for the long term in the event that there's a drought and the adjudication is on us? Where are we going to get all this water that we're going to need to serve our community? Those are real problems that are coming at us every day. And what we're trying to do right now is get the district in a position that when we have to move to do something, we're able to do just that and provide that service long-term for the people of Rosamond. I don't like rate increases any more than anybody else. I'm being impacted by the gas prices. I'm getting impacted by electrical prices. Everywhere we turn, prices are going up. One little tidbit about the cost of water. Just an illustration. A cup of coffee, nobody thinks twice about buying, especially at Starbucks. At $3 a cup of coffee or more, no, folks don't blink twice. 1 gallon of our water, treated, clean, is 3/10 of 1 cent. That's how much our water costs. That is a pretty good value when you look at it from that point. Now, it doesn't mean I don't agree with the concern that Joe had mentioned today before the board. What it does tell me is water for so long has been a commodity that most of us have taken for granted. There are things occurring beyond our control right now, either from a legal standpoint with the adjudication, or because of the issues of the Delta smelt, or whether or not we have adequate water supplies in the mountains to flow down to us to provide that water. A lot of those, and not to mention the tremendous regulatory burden that we have that increases cost. Those types of things are only going to get worse. They're not getting better for us right now. So I want to sit down and explain to Joe and his group as best I can what we're going through and what we have to prepare for, so they'll have an understanding of why we're doing what we're doing, or what was done almost 5 years ago, 4 years ago, in establishing the rate that's on us right now. So I look forward to that meeting. It's always good, even if the people don't agree. As long as we can have that discussion and they understand where I'm coming from, that it isn't, we're not doing something malicious. We're not trying to increase it because we want to. Believe me, if we're cutting costs everywhere we can, and we're still getting impacted by outside forces that are causing our cost to go up, or causing us to have to start planning for some sort of extreme impact. And so that's what it is, and that's what these meetings are for. To have somebody come up, voice his concern, and to sit down with them and discuss it. And we appreciate that. The board appreciates his comments, and we'll sit down and hopefully give him some more information.
All right. Thank you for your time, Steve.
Sure.